Hello everyone and welcome to my Royal Family Fans channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Can you hear it? That distant, crashing sound echoing from a lavish McMansion in Montecito, California. Could it be that the walls of Shays, Sussex are being bombarded by eco-friendly sustainable dishes, shattered in frustration? Yes, it seems as though Meghan and Harry are once again at the center of controversy, facing the fallout from yet another failed business deal, while enduring a barrage of criticism from those within the industry. One can only imagine the conversations taking place within the opulent confines of their luxurious abode. Perhaps Meghan and Harry find themselves exclaiming, "What on earth were they thinking? Did they truly expect us to toil for our money? Don't they realize who we are?" It appears that Meghan believed she had left behind the days of arduous work, once she married Harry and established a comfortable base in the United States. Together, they harbored the belief that their royal status would be enough to sustain them, allowing them to trade on their fame and allure. In Meghan's mind, the future looked bright. She envisioned herself as the host of a successful podcast dedicated to female empowerment, or rather, her own empowerment. She was convinced that prominent figures from Hollywood, who had previously shown little interest in her charms during her days as an aspiring actress or a briefcase model on Deal or No Deal, would now flock to her side, eager to participate in her show. In her imagination, the allure of her royal connections combined with her personal magnetism would lead to staggering sums of money being showered upon her. After all, didn't their hereditary power endow them with the mystical ability to transform self-pity and trivialities into golden treasures? In their grand delusion, Meghan and Harry genuinely believed they had stumbled upon an ingenious plan that would establish them as the first ever non-working content producers. The content they sold to Spotify and Netflix was none other than themselves, their experiences, their opinions, their very existence. By auctioning off their royal credentials to the highest bidder, they anticipated a never-ending flow of wealth for years to come. However, they failed to account for one crucial factor: the unforgiving nature of Hollywood. In this cutthroat industry, even those with genuine talent can be discarded in an instant. Contracts can be terminated, and the shine of stardom can fade like worn-out nail polish. While their royal status may have commanded respect in the United Kingdom, the same cannot be said for Los Angeles, where they now reside. Bill Simmons, an executive at Spotify, didn't hold back, labeling Meghan and Harry as grifters after the company decided to withdraw from their £15.7 million deal after just one series. Simmons, the head of podcast innovation and monetization, made it abundantly clear that the decision to sever ties was not mutual. For those unfamiliar with the term, a grifter refers to a con artist, someone who resorts to deception and trickery to secure financial gain. In American history, the nation has seen its fair share of grifters and snake oil salesmen. However, if there's one thing Americans disdain more than a grifter, it's a perpetual complainer. Even if one has legitimate grievances, it is essential to avoid sounding whiny. Such behavior is perceived as ungrateful, and gratitude holds significant importance in American culture. Astonishingly, Meghan and Harry managed to achieve the dubious distinction of being both whiny and grifters simultaneously, a combination that did not bode well for their public image. Simmons' scathing remarks struck a chord with many, resonating as a concise and accurate summary of the couple's recent endeavors. He pointedly stated, "You live in Montecito and produce documentaries and podcasts. Nobody cares about your opinions unless you're talking about the royal family and complaining about them." Simmons' criticism was biting, hitting the mark, and ushering in what appears to be an open season of reproach aimed at Meghan and Harry. Jeremy Zimmer, one of the most influential figures in the entertainment industry, intensified the public scrutiny during a recent interview. As the chief executive of United Talent Agency, Zimmer did not mince words. He expressed little surprise at Spotify's decision, bluntly remarking, "Turns out Meghan Markle wasn't a great audio talent or any kind of talent, for that matter." Speaking candidly with the news website Semaphore and Can, Zimmer emphasized that fame alone does not equate to greatness in any field. The burn was scathing, leaving no room for doubt. Harry and Meghan's reputations continue to plummet, with each passing day unearthing more damning stories and revelations. According to reports from the Wall Street Journal, even Taylor Swift, the globally acclaimed music sensation, refused an invitation to appear on Meghan's show. Swift, who embarked on her musical journey at the tender age of 15 and has since amassed a fortune close to $1 billion, seemingly found little resonance with Meghan's narrative of overcoming labels that supposedly hold women back. Perhaps Swift deemed it inappropriate to engage in such conversations, given her own remarkably successful and unhindered career. Another individual who was invited to Meghan's series revealed that, upon arrival, she was interviewed by a producer and never even had the opportunity to meet Meghan in person. Allegedly, the recordings were manipulated to make it appear as if Meghan conducted the interviews herself, a display of rudeness and lack of class that seemed to be the norm rather than the exception. Such experiences shed light on Meghan's selective engagement, limiting conversations only to the most prominent and famous guests. It begs the question: what can one expect from a person who, during a royal tour of Australia, reportedly lamented, "I can't believe I'm not getting paid for this"? It is worth noting that her wedding alone was estimated to have cost around £32 million, not to mention the wealth of privileges and titles bestowed upon her, akin to a platinum reserve card. Rumors surrounding Meghan and Harry's brainstorming sessions have only fueled the fire of their critics. Reports suggest that Harry proposed interviewing influential figures such as Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump to discuss their childhood traumas and the subsequent impact on their mental health. Supposedly, this grandiose plan aimed to promote world peace. However, one cannot help but question whether Harry possesses the intellectual capacity necessary for such endeavors. What would he hope to achieve? Picture the scenario. Mr. Putin, are you considering withdrawing your troops from Ukraine now that you've discovered that your anger stems from your mother preventing you from attending a birthday party when you were 5 years old? Unsurprisingly, such a conversation is highly unlikely. Amidst these endeavors, Harry has managed to tarnish his reputation significantly. While his father, the Prince of Wales, launches initiatives to combat homelessness, Harry's actions seem to paint him as a complete fool. It is worth noting that the most successful debut documentary on Netflix was Harry and Meghan's own production, aptly titled Harry and Meghan. However, there comes a point when selling their grievances about the royal family to the public will yield diminishing returns. Harry's book, Spare, was only successful because it was ghostwritten. And let's not forget Meghan's ill-fated foray into children's animation, which was swiftly cancelled, sparing audiences from the saccharine sweet tales of a 12-year-old girl drawing inspiration from a magical bench. Perhaps the couple should consider redirecting their focus towards endeavors that genuinely contribute to society, rather than capitalizing on their former titles and circulating narratives of victimhood. In conclusion, Meghan and Harry's attempts to establish themselves as non-working content producers have been met with resounding criticism and skepticism. Their foray into the entertainment industry has proven underwhelming, with high-profile deals falling through and prominent figures dismissing their talents. The couple's privileged status and incessant complaints have further damaged their public image, labeling them as grifters seeking financial gain through their royal connections. As they continue to face backlash and dwindling opportunities, it remains to be seen whether they will pivot towards meaningful contributions or persist in their pursuit of self-promotion and victimhood. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our Royal Family Fans channel for future updates. Thank you for joining us today. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in our upcoming videos.